Hi, I'm Amanda, and I was diagnosed with hepatitis B at the beginning of 2020, literally 3 or 4 days before Christmas Day. When I was first diagnosed with hepatitis B, I was absolutely terrified. It was a very, very, very dark world. I felt that my life had ended. I felt like I couldn't go out. I was terrified of what people would think. In my mind, I thought if anybody found out, they would go home and Google it and look at the ways in which you could get hepatitis B. And then living in a small village, it would be around the village and people would be saying, oh, look what she's been doing. I was terrified even to go to the dentist because knew I would have to put on the dental form that I had hepatitis B. And I didn't want anybody knowing, especially my dentist, who'd been my dentist for years. Whatever would he think? And all I could think of was, what if anybody finds out, what will they think? I think to start with, it was the British Liver Trust's support group, the hepatitis B support group. And I felt that I wasn't the only person. Before, I felt I was the only person in the world who had hepatitis B. And I suddenly realized it wasn't just me. There were other people in the same boat, in the same situation. And very slowly but surely, my mindset turned. It turned from inward at looking to outward looking. And I realized that we're underrepresented. And instead of looking inwards, we need to shout about hepatitis B, and we need to shout about finding cures, and we need to shout that we're normal people, if that makes sense. We've just got to shout about it. Please don't stigmatize us. It could happen to anyone. Anybody could have hepatitis B. A vast majority of people with hepatitis B just do not know that they've got it. I only knew because I had to have blood tests for Crohn's. And through that, they discovered I had hepatitis B, but without it, I would be walking around with no idea. I think the turning point for me came when I thought, if I can tell the person in our village that I would least want to know, I can tell anyone. And this person's reaction wasn't what I thought it would be. In fact, by the time this person got to the end of the road, she'd forgotten all about it. So I went home and I shared my story onto my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. And now the whole village knows. And most people on Facebook, their messages were so supportive and so kind. And I'm so glad I did it.